Things are moving fast out here at Starfront Observatories. We're doing some new constructions. They're almost done, and so I figured I'd make a new update video and show you guys all the stuff that has changed. One of the things that has changed, it's really important though, is I got the mini bike, of course. But yeah, let me flip the camera around and show you guys. We got new buildings, and they're already almost done. These things went up super quickly. So this is building 6, 7, and 8. So we've got a lot of fresh piers now available at the observatory. And yeah, I'm gonna show you all of the insides of the existing buildings, because they're all basically full. So I'll give you guys a quick tour of all the scopes on site and then, you know, show you the new builds. Okay, I'm gonna start off with building 5. But before I go all the way inside, I have to say we changed the pricing of our heavy tier. It's gone down from $9.99 a month to, I'm pretty sure it's $7.99 a month. So it's $800 a month for a heavy system up to a swing diameter of 96 inches. So this is good news for anyone wanting to send out a big telescope, because now it's substantially cheaper to do so. Anyways, this is building number 5. Now, building number 5 is the first of the buildings we started to fill out when we built our second tranche of buildings. And it has a ton of light spots and also a pretty huge number of mini piers. And interestingly, we've even got some smart telescopes running. We got 2 Celestron Origins. They look really cute next to each other. But yeah, this is the inside of 5. And basically all of the systems in here, barring some, you know, tip tilts and tickets, are running well. The one interesting thing you'll note is about this building is that it's basically full of AM5s. And fun fact, this kind of came from the point when we were bottlenecked with our pier plates. We just had a ton of AM5 pier plates and none of the others. So building 5 just ended up being the unintentional AM5 building. Anyways, that's 5. The other buildings have not really ever been shown before. It's mostly because they've been like very active work zones, so they've been a lot messier compared to the other buildings. But now, since they're starting to fill up, you know, they're a bit neater to walk around inside of. This is the inside of building 4. And it's got a lot more diversity of mounts, more than just the AM5s. But again, this building is like all light systems, lots of Epsilons, lots of Rossas. This one's really cute. And then row minis in the back. All right, that was building number 4. Now let me show you 3. 3 is the building we're currently installing inside of right now. So right now it's pretty clean, but it's gonna start getting, you know, a bit messier as we install. But building number 3 here has our heavy systems. That one still has to be cable managed, so don't judge. Yeah, we got plane waves, we got Andrew McCarthy's 16-inch, some bisque mounts. This is actually a system I'm installing right now from just kind of spare gear laying around. I happenstanced upon an FSQ 106, and I've got my old Rockin' On survey rig. So we're getting another pier together. And yeah, so all of these piers at the observatory here, or inside this building, are all mounted. So it's all ready to go for new telescopes. And these are all lights, by the way. Most of the scopes at our observatory are lights. Here's a JTW Trident in a box. That's cool. But yeah, I think technically we have like 190, almost 200 telescope systems on site now. So I'm hesitant to say, but I think it makes us the largest remote observatory in the world by just raw quantity of scopes. I don't know if there's a official title for that, but I think we're pretty close. I'm gonna wait until we're at like, I don't know, 300 scopes before I start like definitively flexing that. Let me show you guys the insides of buildings 1 and 2, because they're still kicking it. Lots of systems still in here. Maintenance has been pretty easy for most of these systems inside of building 1. Some people have swapped scopes, changed cameras. Some people have even moved into the new buildings. So yeah, once these buildings are set up and going, they're actually pretty easy to maintain. These are actually right here, the first two peers we had at the observatory, John Papas and Tushar Kulkarni. John used to be on an AM5. He swapped over to a 770. That is one common thing that we find, is sometimes people, they want to go from the AM5 to something a little beefier. So it's a common thing that's happened for support out here, is people will swap from an AM5 to like a 770 just to future-proof themselves a bit more, or have something a little more stable, especially if you've got a longer focal length scope. It can be a smart idea. And building 2 has also got a couple changes. Some scopes have changed. This bisque mount finally got fixed. So we got a plane wave, another plane wave up and running. Lots of big scopes. There's a new Epsilon in here. So yeah, the new buildings, or the old buildings, some things change, but for the most part, they don't require too much work. This is a really funny system we have in here. This is Andrew McCarthy's 135 millimeter lens on absolutely a gigantic pier. These buildings were set up back in May, when we didn't really have as concrete an idea on our floor plan or the size scopes would take up. So there's a bunch of odd mistakes that were made in our floor plans. Like this pier here, D4P, basically can't ever hold a scope. It could maybe hold a mini, but it would have to be elevated quite high because of its neighbors. So yeah, just fun little quirks of the old buildings. And of course here is the triple rasa. So some of our plans with these old buildings, and including the new ones, is we're going to be finding a way to hinge the north wall to improve the northern horizon limits, especially for heavy piers. So for heavy piers, they have the greatest impact on the north wall because their OTA distance to the mount is so great that in order to fit in the roof, when the mount's over on its side, it loses a lot of horizon in the north. So we're going to be investigating ways to hinge those walls so that we can try to get everyone, the lowest horizons possible. And yeah, part of that also includes eventually we're going to be backing up the roofs further in buildings 1 and 2. Yeah, I'll show you the inside here of building number 6. Now, building 6 here has basically the exact same design of the second set of buildings. The only big difference here is that we've actually made them longer by 5 feet. So here you can see this building, or maybe it's 4 feet. It's 4 or 5 feet longer, and this lets us fit in, an extra row of piers, which is worth it because, our roof motor can pull the extra weight. So why not just build a bigger building to fit more scopes? So it'll work out better that way. But These buildings will get their walls up next week or so, and then they'll shortly after get their power and internet, and then we will be ready, fingers crossed, to start installing scopes in here once building 3 is full. I don't want to have a repeat of what happened back with building 5, where basically we were caught with our pants down, and because of like weather and storms and the heat waves, we weren't able to get utilities and everything set up in the newer buildings in time. So we had a bunch of systems installed but not operational. This time it should go quite a bit different, because we're still installing in building 3, and these ones, fingers crossed, will be ready to accommodate the next set of scopes. So yeah, if you're interested in sending a scope out here, there's no time like the present, because we have a bunch of new spaces that are going to be coming online shortly. That's pretty much everything that's going on site. And yeah, we're just going to keep building buildings. We're going to keep installing scopes. We are expanding as well our full-time staff out here, so we're getting more help, and we're just going to keep growing and growing is the plan. So yeah, I hope you guys found this interesting. If you want to learn more about our observatory, go check out our website. If you want to see a bunch of images taken from here, just go to Astrobin and look up Starfront, because there's tons and tons of images now. It's actually pretty crazy. It's like 2 or 3 images of the day on Astrobin now are from Starfront. We're starting to get APODs pretty frequently out here too, so it's really awesome to see, you know, the things that people are creating out here is super inspiring. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next construction update.